October 11th. It may not be a date that sticks in your mind, but perhaps it should. On October 11th, 1844, Henry John Heinz was born. Yeah, the guy that gave us ketchup. Forever changing meatloaf. On October 11th, 1975, Saturday Night Live debuted on NBC.
NBC Saturday Night.
Forever changing the national discourse on killer bees.
I want you to be my queen.
Well, it's the year 2013. And tonight might just be another October 11th to remember. Thanks to the Collins Hill Eagles and the Norcross Blue Devils. Norcross High is an impressive bastion of book learning, which bestrides the Norcross Peachtree Corners area of Gwinnett County. On the school's website, this motto: "We believe we can win." Belief must be a powerful thing at Norcross because the Blue Devils are defending state football champs with a good shot at repeating. The team's got 60, count them, 60 seniors on the roster. They're 2 and sometimes 3 players deep in each position. Longtime coach Keith Maloof has to feel confident this season. So this week, which David dares knock on Goliath's front door? It's the Collins Hill Eagles. The Eagles hail from Suwanee, Georgia. They're an up-and-coming team this year under the continued direction of Coach Kevin Reach. Collins Hill claims you can't hide that Eagle pride. Let's see how that plays out tonight. Will the Blue Devils send the Eagles home with their tail feathers singed, or will the Eagles' screams melt the Devils' pitchforks? We're in the mood for something epic this October 11th. Live on GPB's Football Fridays in Georgia.
Time to play some football.
That's a championship team right there.
It's a hot time tonight.
Gaze into the future where influenza outbreaks are a thing of the past.
Some estimates go as high as 60 million people died from influenza.
Where disease carriers can be identified in seconds.
My goal is to make it easier for people to get flu vaccinations.
Or a single vaccination can protect you from every strain, past, present, and future. That's what's being envisioned by scientists here in Georgia and created in your backyard. Catch the first edition of The Future Files.
A GPB original production. The story of a storyteller. Captivating and complex. The lifelong rebel who gave voice to the New South. She published only one book, but it rocked the world, becoming America's best-selling novel and one of the most beloved films of all time. On the 75th anniversary of Gone with the Wind, the world premiere of Margaret Mitchell, American Rebel. What kind of person changes history? It's Secretary of State Dean Rusk, who helps a U.S. president avert nuclear war. The visionary Juliette Gordon-Low, who liberates girls in the Victorian era. The courageous Hank Aaron, who breaks baseball's biggest record.
There's a new home run champion of all time.
Acting on the world stage, each changed history, and each called Georgia home. They all are Georgia greats. Where would we be without the immortal songs of Johnny Mercer?
Moon River.
Or the shocking stories of Southern life by Flannery O'Connor.
Even though her characters are comic and grotesque, they're not sweet and they're not lovable.
Thanks to Joel Chandler Harris, we still laugh at the pranks of Brer Rabbit.
I got you. That'll be the day.
And playwright Alfred Urey makes us laugh and cry with Driving Miss Daisy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to drive you to the stove.
These Georgia greats were pathfinders.
Things were always working against us, but we were never going to let that get us down.
Wyoming Attias broke through segregation to shatter Olympic world records. And Bobby Jones picked up a golf club, won the Grand Slam, and created the Masters. They were dreamers like Alonzo Herndon. How did he go from slave to millionaire? How did Asa Candler know that soda pop would one day become the world's biggest brand? How did two mayors, Ivan Allen Jr. and Maynard Jackson, take Atlanta from a southern town to a world-class city? Coming from Georgia Public Broadcasting, a new 13-part biography series. The heroes, the legends, the stories of Georgia greats.
It was as if they were invisible. It was as if their remarkable accomplishments didn't matter. It was as if they were ghosts. During the last years of Jim Crow, some of Georgia's greatest athletes performed on a separate but not equal playing field. NBA great, Walt Frazier.
I remember we used to eat at some certain people's houses that would serve us food because obviously we couldn't go to the restaurants.
Help us bring this previously untold story out of the shadows, the great athletes and coaches who blazed the trail.
And a lot of those guys were good men. I mean, they did a lot in the neighborhood, they gave back. So they really set a good example for me.
To find out how you can champion this project, please go to gpb.org/ghost.
Dinosaur Week, starting September 13th on GPB.
We always hear about antioxidants.
Dinosaur Week, starting September 13th on GPB.
Our job is to give this great state of Georgia the best high school football coverage, bar none.